Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about a very interesting topic, and that is the quantum mechanics says that our consciousness creates reality. That means, is there no universe without consciousness? Does our consciousness really creates reality? What is consciousness and what is this quantum mechanics? And to know about this, let's begin this video. So first of all, let us know what is consciousness. Simply, consciousness is being aware of whatever going in the surrounding. And similarly, the opposite of consciousness is unconsciousness. You understand about consciousness when you understand about unconsciousness. So let's look what is unconsciousness first. Everyone experiences this. When we sleep, the period that we don't get any dreams and the period that we sleep deeply, then we don't experience anything. We don't know who we are, and even we don't know that we exist in this universe. Like that we feel nothingness. That is unconsciousness, and opposite to that is consciousness. That means experiencing everything. For example, when we touch we feel it, when we smell we can sense it, and when we taste it we can feel the taste of it. Like that, this is all consciousness. That means being aware of whatever going, being experiencing everything. That is consciousness. And who makes this consciousness? Actually, is it a part of our body? Nope. It is created by our brain. That means our brain will be sometimes active, inactive. Like that, we named it as consciousness and unconsciousness. There are different types of consciousness like super consciousness, subconsciousness, hyper consciousness. I'll talk about it in my further videos. So up to this video, it's enough to know about consciousness and unconsciousness. So I think you got what is consciousness and what is unconsciousness. Now let us know what is quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is exploring the things at the quantum level. Quantum means at the level of atoms and electrons. Exploring everything at the level of atoms and electrons is very shocking. Scientists have explored all these universe and big celestial bodies. Now when they look at the quantum level, they found very interesting things. Quantum mechanics was born when a scientist named Thomas Young did an experiment. This experiment was named as double slit experiment, or it is also called as Young's slit experiment. In the 19th century, there was a big controversy among the scientists whether the light was a particle or it was a wave. So to know about this, Thomas Young did an experiment. So let's look what experiment he did. First, let me clarify you that when we shoot marbles from the single slit, then back on the screen we get single line of the marbles. If we add one more slit, which means double slitted, then we get two lines of marbles. So is it clear up to here? This happens when we shoot from particles, but when we look into the waves, okay, when we shoot a wave from the single slitted, then the wave goes from it and forms another small wave, then it touches the screen, then we get a single line as we got from the particles from the single slitted. Okay, but when we double the slit, which means double slitted, then here something shockingly happens. Look, when we shoot waves from it, then the waves collaborate with each other and cancel them out. Then we get interference pattern on the screen. So guys, I think you get to know that how the waves form in the double slitted and how the particles form in double slitted. So now let's look into the quantum world. When we shoot particles of light from the single slit, then we get single line back on the screen. But when we shoot it from the double slit, then here something shocking happens. So let's see. When we shoot it, we get interference pattern. What? This shocked every scientist. Here Albert Einstein entered and clarified everyone's doubt that light travels in the sachets of photons, for which he also got the Nobel Prize. This was known as photoelectric theory. We'll talk about it in my further videos. Many scientists did this experiment in different ways and got different results. One of them was shooting a single particle. When we shoot single particle from the double slitted, then we should not get interference pattern, as we are shooting a single particle, then it should not collaborate with each other. But still we get interference pattern. This shocked every scientist. That means the atom or the particle, it should divide into two and enter from the double slit and collaborate with itself. Then we get interference pattern. Does this happens? To know what's happening over here, scientists put an observer to observe how the particle is dividing into two and collaborating with itself. Then, when we shoot a single particle, then it goes straight, and without dividing, it goes and forms a double slitted lines on back on the screen. That means the particle should observe and know that someone is observing it, so it should act indifferently. This shocked every scientist. What happening here? Does the particle know that we are observing it? If yes, then how does it know? This raised the question that if we doesn't see the universe, does it act indifferently? Because universe, everything is made up of atoms and electrons and particles. When they act indifferently when we observe and when we don't observe, then what about us? What about us when we don't observe? What about this universe when we don't observe? That means, does the universe will be different when we don't see? Does the universe depends upon the observer? This made that our consciousness creates reality. That means we are conscious over here, so we can see this universe. But when we are not conscious, then what is this universe? For example, take yourself. When you were not born still, and you don't experience anything because you were unconscious then. And when you born and when you get consciousness, then you get to know that this universe exists. But if everyone was not born, then what happens to this universe? Does this universe exist or it doesn't exist? So these were the questions raised. But the answers are unknown because we can't get the answer of it. Because when we want to know what's happening when we don't observe the universe, then we should observe it to know. So we can't get that answer. So this became a mysterious question that no one can crack it till now. So this is the basic experiment performed in the quantum mechanics. There are still lots of experiments and mysteries in the quantum mechanics. If you want to know them, then comment me down. I'll make the series of it. And subscribe to my channel to don't miss any new updates from me. So I'll be back with another interesting video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.